Hinduism, unlike many religions, is not monolithic. It's a tapestry of diverse beliefs, practices, and philosophies. This diversity extends to its ascetics, with groups like the Naga Sadhus and Aghoris embodying the extremes of spiritual seeking. While both strive for moksha, liberation from the cycle of birth and death, their paths diverge dramatically, reflecting the vast spectrum of Hindu thought. Naga Sadhus are associated with Shaivism, the worship of Shiva. They are a unique and fascinating sect of ascetics in India, known for their extreme practices and deep devotion. Their lives are dedicated to the pursuit of spiritual enlightenment and the renunciation of worldly pleasures. Their name comes from Naga, meaning naked, reflecting their practice of renouncing clothing. This act symbolizes their detachment from material possessions and societal norms, allowing them to focus entirely on their spiritual journey. They are easily identifiable by their ash-smeared bodies, matted hair, and often their trident, Trishul, a symbol of Shiva. The ash they cover themselves with is a reminder of the transient nature of life and the inevitability of death. The trident, or Trishul, they carry is not just a weapon, but a powerful symbol of their faith, representing the three functions of creation, preservation, and destruction. Their philosophy centers on severe asceticism, intense meditation, and the pursuit of spiritual power through yogic practices. These practices are designed to help them transcend the physical world and achieve a higher state of consciousness. Through rigorous yogic practices, they aim to control their minds and bodies, seeking to attain spiritual liberation, or moksha. Their dedication to these practices is unwavering, often involving extreme physical and mental discipline. Their lifestyle is one of extreme renunciation. Living in remote caves or during the Kumbh Mela, they shun all forms of comfort and luxury, choosing instead to live in isolation, away from the distractions of modern life. During the Kumbh Mela, a massive religious gathering, they come together in large numbers, showcasing their devotion and ascetic practices to the world. This event is one of the few times they emerge from their secluded lives. Public perception of them is a mix of awe and fear. Their intense lifestyle and appearance can be intimidating, yet their spiritual power and dedication command respect and admiration. They are revered as holy men, their blessings sought after, especially during religious festivals. Devotees believe that the blessings of a Naga Sadhu can bring good fortune and spiritual benefits, but their sometimes fierce appearance can also evoke fear. This duality of reverence and intimidation makes the Naga Sadhus a truly enigmatic and fascinating group within the tapestry of Indian spirituality. Aghoris are also followers of Shiva, but represent a more esoteric, often misunderstood path. They are known for their intense spiritual practices and their quest to transcend the limitations of the physical world. Unlike other ascetics, Aghoris seek to break societal norms to achieve a higher state of consciousness. Aghori translates to non-terrible, signifying their belief in seeing divinity in everything, even the conventionally perceived as impure. This perspective allows them to engage in practices that challenge the conventional dichotomy of purity and impurity. They embrace practices that are often considered taboo, such as ritual cremation ground rituals, and the consumption of substances considered polluting in mainstream society. These acts are not just for shock value, but are deeply rooted in their spiritual philosophy. These practices stem from their core belief in the illusory nature of duality, pure and impure, good and evil. By transcending these dualities, they aim to achieve a state of oneness with the divine, where all distinctions disappear. Their appearance is often stark, with ash-covered bodies, minimal clothing, and the use of human bone ornaments. These elements are not just for show, they symbolize their detachment from the material world and their acceptance of mortality. Public perception often views them with fear and suspicion due to their unconventional practices. However, for the Aghoris, these practices are a means to an end, the end being spiritual liberation and the realization of the divine in all aspects of life. Sadhu and Aghori, a comparison. Let's take a closer look at some key features that distinguish Naga Sadhus from Aghoris. These two groups, while both deeply spiritual and devoted to Lord Shiva, have unique characteristics that set them apart. In terms of deity, both revere Shiva. Shiva, the destroyer and transformer, is central to their beliefs and practices. However, their appearance sets them apart. The visual differences are striking and immediately noticeable. Naga Sadhus are known for their naked, ash-smeared bodies, matted hair, and often carry a trident. This appearance is a symbol of their renunciation of worldly possessions and their dedication to a life of asceticism. On the other hand, Aghoris also have ash-covered bodies but wear minimal clothing and may use human bone ornaments. Their philosophies also differ significantly, reflecting their unique approach to spirituality. Naga Sadhus focus on asceticism, meditation, and the pursuit of spiritual power. They believe in strict discipline and often engage in rigorous practices to attain higher states of consciousness. Aghoris, however, believe in non-duality, transcending social norms, and finding divinity in everything. Their practices are often seen as extreme, but they aim to break down the barriers between the sacred and the profane. When it comes to practices, Naga Sadhus engage in yoga, meditation, rituals, and renunciation. Their daily routines are filled with spiritual exercises designed to purify the mind and body. Aghoris are known for their ritualistic cremation ground practices and the consumption of taboo substances. These acts are meant to challenge societal norms and explore the boundaries of human experience. Their lifestyles reflect their philosophies. The way they live is a direct manifestation of their spiritual beliefs and practices. Naga Sadhus often live in remote caves or pilgrimage sites, places that are conducive to their meditative and ascetic practices, while Aghoris are often solitary and may reside in cremation grounds. These locations are symbolic of their belief in the impermanence of life and the unity of all existence. Public perception of these groups varies. While both are respected for their spiritual dedication, their methods and appearances evoke different reactions. Naga Sadhus are revered and feared, seen as holy men. They're often approached for blessings and are considered to have a deep connection with the divine. Aghoris, however, are often viewed with fear and suspicion, misunderstood due to their unconventional practices. Their way of life challenges societal norms, making them enigmatic and often feared figures. Points of convergence, shared beliefs and practices. Despite their differences, Naga Sadhus and Aghoris share some common ground. Both are Shaivite sects, revering Shiva as the supreme deity. They engage in ascetic practices, albeit with different methods. Both believe in transcending the material world to attain moksha, though their approaches differ. Their shared belief in the power of spiritual energy and the ultimate goal of liberation binds them in the larger tapestry of Hindu ascetic traditions. A modern relevance, challenges and contributions. In modern India, both groups face challenges. Urbanization encroaches on their traditional spaces and their unconventional lifestyles often clash with modern sensibilities. Public perception remains a mixed bag, with reverence often intertwined with fear and misunderstanding. Despite these challenges, they contribute to society in unique ways. They act as keepers of ancient traditions and offer spiritual guidance to those seeking it. Their extreme lifestyles serve as a reminder of the ephemeral nature of the material world, prompting introspection and spiritual questioning. Conclusion: embracing the extremes of faith. Naga Sadhus and Aghoris represent the extremes of Hindu ascetic traditions. Their paths, though different, highlight the vastness and inclusivity of Hinduism, where diverse approaches to spirituality are acknowledged and respected. They remind us that the pursuit of moksha can take many forms, each challenging societal norms and pushing the boundaries of human potential. Understanding these groups, despite their seemingly unconventional ways, provides valuable insights into the multifaceted nature of faith and the human search for enlightenment.